Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called Murder Manual. It is a 2020 film. It came out in May. It's now streaming if you can find it. Uh, doesn't look like it has a rating. Runs about an hour and a half. It stars Emilia Clarke, Hadley Fraser, and Sylvia Panachione. I'm going to go with that. This is a creepy, terrifying chapters from our book of horror, including a little girl's journey from a world of nightmares into the nightmare of reality. And then there's other stories and other stories, and there's a bunch of different chapters of the movie, just like there is in a book. This only does have 331 grades on IMDb, but the rating is going to reflect my opinion. It's very accurate. It looks like everybody's kind of agreeing on this. So, this is Murder Manual. Thank you everybody for watching this video. If you'd like any correspondence with me outside of YouTube, I do have my Facebook page. It's called Danny's Movies and Music. Lots of bonus content on there if you'd like to check that out. Um, this movie I just found based off of the research I do at the beginning of every month, trying to look for new movies I've never seen before, and it came up, and I guess it's still brand new, even though I'm a little behind on my list of those movies that I haven't watched. So, um, where to start with this thing? First off, a movie like this needs to at least present itself to be somewhat scary or somewhat thrilling or somewhat gruesome, with the word murder in it. And so, does it do that? So, the first problem I have with this movie is that it has the chapters and everything. Like it goes step one through, I think there's 9 steps. So, there's 9 different scenes. Um, every scene has, that thrilling element of it, but does it ever get scary? Maybe a little bit towards the end. Like they kind of get better as they go, and that's literally the theme of this movie. Is that like it gets better as it goes because the first 2 or 3 chapters, there's no like talking hardly at all. There's hardly any sound, and a couple little musical, little loud noises here and there to at least have it a little suspenseful, but otherwise there's nothing. So, I mean, it's really horrible for about 20 minutes trying to put up with this thing. And then people start talking, then, certain chapters have an actual story, but there's no overlining theme. Like, they try to put this in a format of, oh, here's a chapter, here's a chapter, here's a chapter, but there's no connecting things. And so you're getting all these glimpses into these stories, and we've seen a lot of them before in other actual complete movies or shows. Um, there was one I watched a while back called 50 States of Fright. I think that came from Quibi. Like, that's more interesting than this. And that's just like in maybe an hour show that you can watch in 8-minute clips. At least it focuses on a state, for 8 minutes. But this one, tries to draw things out with each chapter. And so once you start to actually get, into each chapter, then all of a sudden they're moving on to the next one. It has nothing to do with what you just watched. So it's really hard to put up with, and really hard to stick with. And honestly, the whole concept of the murder manual, like each theme has a different scene. They don't really have anything to do with each other. There's one called Surround Your Prey, and it has these zombies chasing this guy, and the guy actually gets away. So it's like, what's the point of that? I just, this movie kind of loses all credit for being legit when it did that, but like the overlining theme of the movie has nothing to do with anything, and it just has all these stories. So if you want to do this, kind of just tell people, hey, we're going to have 9 chapters. Nothing's going to have anything to do with each other, and we're just going to tell you these stories because we think they're interesting. then maybe people might actually put up with, the boredom of 9 different stories that have nothing to do with each other. But otherwise, it just kind of pisses people off. So this is gonna definitely achieve my lowest grade of a D. I don't wish this movie upon anybody. I think it has a couple nice segments. I will say that, because the one with the zombies, the one with a couple down by a lake in the woods is kind of a nice little plot line that people could build off of. But we've seen movies with that stuff, and we don't need to see a clip in your movie of that idea. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, definitely a D for Murder Manual, and I would not waste your time on this. Hopefully you haven't already seen it. So thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or my other videos, try and get some of them to watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. Enjoy movies. Thanks.